Welcome to This Is Not Legal Advice. I am your host, TINLA, and we are doing your Make It Happen Monday for this week. I want to go ahead and start by saying this is like the 18th time I've tried to record this, and it just has felt really off. And I apologize, by the way, for being missing for a little bit. I was in a very exhausted phase spiritually and trying to recoup, but I'm back and I'm ready to go. And hopefully this week you will be as well. So we're going to take a look at that theme. Thank you for joining me. And we're going to see what the challenges are, maybe some advantages. We'll get advice from Spirit and then a sign-by-sign advice from Spirit on how to maximize your week. So let's take a look at what the focus sort of is this week for you, my beautiful collective. The Ace of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, this is going to be money on your mind, strongly. I mean, it's in the economy we have, I think money's on everybody's mind. But for you in particular, you might have a job offer coming in or a promotion where this is really a big focus for you. For others of you, you might be focusing on a love offer. Perhaps there's somebody new coming into your life that is, I'm feeling like they seem stable, they seem normal, and you're kind of wondering what is wrong with you? Like, why are you talking to me? I know that's very sad to say, but you don't trust it. And I'm not saying yet whether it is or is not trustworthy, but you are skeptical and trying to figure out whether this person is genuine. So let's take a look. First of all, for the people who are focusing on their career this week, give me something on that, Spirit. Tell me more about that. Okay. We've got a couple things here. We got the King of Cups and the Three of Wands. And, you know, this is something where you're deeply going inside. You're very intuitive. You're going within. You're maybe meditating on it. You know, wondering if your heart is in what it is that you're looking to do. Maintaining your peace. Things have been very difficult, I'm feeling, on the job lately, but you've been trying to keep your cool. But it's almost like it's all coming crashing down in a way where you are wondering, am I in the right job? Do I need to change? You know, this job offer's coming in. Maybe I should take that. Maybe there's a promotion or a transfer to a different position that you're really focused on that, because with the Three of Wands, you're looking at ahead to the future. Almost like, what is my 5-year plan sort of thing? And you've really got your eyes on that. Where are we going from here? What is going to serve me best with respect to my career pursuits? Or I'm getting an educational pursuit perhaps here where you might be changing your major. If you're a student, you might be looking at whether the major you selected, you know, when you were 18 and first in college or something, made sense for you. But you're really questioning that. There's a lot of questioning here, whether it's in the love arena, the work arena here, or whether it's in the personal arena. So that being said, let's talk about the folks who, Spirit, please tell me about the folks who are in more of a love way this week, please. Please tell me about those folks. Thank you. All right. We've got the Seven of Cups, the Four of Wands in reverse. Interesting. And we'll get one more just for clarity's sake, please. Thank you. And the Ace of Cups. Okay. Interesting combination. So again, a lot of water energy here, which is your Cancer, hello, well, happy birthday, Scorpio and Pisces. With the Seven of Cups, I feel like a lot of people have been trying to get your attention of late. The Seven of Cups is traditionally confusion or, you know, having too many decisions offered to you. You know, what do you pick among these things? But in this sense, I'm feeling like you have had a lot of potential suitors that have come in and left you feeling alone, left you feeling wanting, left you feeling like you were given the shaft, you know, you were just given the short shrift and weren't actually fulfilled by that. I mean, notice none of these cups are filled. You know, they're all kind of half empty or half full, depending on how you look at it, right? But, you know, it's not that you don't have the capacity to love. I think you've done that, but you feel like you've been just kind of blindly, I don't know, picking. But no matter what you pick, it's almost like it doesn't matter. You feel like it doesn't matter, you know, because you're going to come in, you're going to give it a shot, you're going to have this lotus sort of rebirth moment and pour out of yourself and offer your heart, and you almost feel like it doesn't matter because with this Four of Wands in reverse, this person's not going to commit to you. So I'm getting a real pessimistic vibe when it comes to love. It's almost like, okay, Tinla, whatever, like, I'm just not into it. And, you know, that's not unreasonable. You know, there's a lot of mess in the dating world right now. I do not envy anyone who has to be out in it. Let's find out what an obstacle or challenge might be with respect to the career-facing folks. Thank you. We have the Devil here. You might have people telling you that whatever this offer is, is, or whatever, like if you're changing majors, I'm specifically feeling that, and I don't know why, but whatever it is, you're having a lot of people telling you that you should do something different, that this isn't for you, that maybe you can't do well at that job, maybe you should stay where you are because it's super comfortable there and you've been there so long, or why would you want to change careers or change majors now? It doesn't make any sense. And it's something that's really causing you a lot of second guessing, a lot of stress on yourself, because I mean, it's just adding to the confusion. There's a lot of confusion this week. Just a lot of confusion. Let me find out what's going on with our love folks here. The Ten of Pentacles. You know, I really think what you want, and it's sad, it's actually kind of heartbreaking. What you really want is that long-term family life, you know, whatever your family may be. Whether it's a friend family, like a Friendsgiving style situation, or, and I just saw 555 on the timer. Whether it's a Friendsgiving, or maybe you're missing some people who have passed and you looked up to them and wish that you could have that kind of fulfilled life in that sense. I'm almost getting a sense of you're starting to lose hope that it's even possible for you. And I want to get a clarifier on that challenge. Please, can I get a clarifier on that challenge for my love-oriented folk? Thank you. Yeah, look, Five of Pentacles. You're feeling hopeless, left alone, out in the cold. And this is a very interesting interpretation of this card, because in the Five of Pentacles, in the traditional Rider-Waite, you know, it's two people out in the cold. It's almost like, well, it's okay if we're out in the cold as long as we have each other. But here, you know, you've had people along the way bandage you up, right? You've had people help you, maybe those friends we talked about with the Friendsgiving, but you still feel very much alone. And even though you're kind of cloaked in your spirituality and individuality, and you're not appearing that wounded to those around you, like not very significantly wounded, you still feel very, very alone inside. Longing for that stability, longing for that life that you thought you might have. And it's eluded you, and it's sad. And I don't blame you for feeling sad. Okay, on the career, folks, what are you going to do about these folks that are giving you the hard time and making you doubt yourself? What are you going to do about that? All right, Temperance. Yeah, you're gonna stand back. You're gonna let it play out. You're gonna see, like, let me just really weigh my options here, and see how I feel about this. Like, I'm almost getting like, give it a couple days, let it stew, let it percolate, right, in the background, and just come at it with a fresh perspective, your own balanced perspective, whatever feels right to you. You're gonna weigh all your choices, and see what feels right. I'm getting a sense of intuition here for you, and a sense of what fulfills you. You're going to start to question, I think, this week, what really fulfills you. I mean, I think you've already been questioning that to some extent, but it's going to really come, you know, further in that arena. And let's see, are you going to pay heed to what these folks are whispering in your ear? Are you going to give that any credence? What are you going to do, career folks? All right, we've got Five of Swords. Okay, this is a very, very interesting card. So I think you're getting a moment of clarity with this lightning bolt, where you're realizing, with the Three of Swords kind of broken out here from there, you're getting this clarity to the conflict of what to do, but it's almost like you've suffered long enough with where you are now. And these people back here, you know, they are telling you with these Two Swords, oh, hold on, just pause, take a minute, like, why are you doing this? And I get that you're feeling like, I've waited long enough. I'm over this. I want to do something new, something different. I'm just not happy where I am. I've suffered enough. Okay, what is your most likely outcome? And then we'll go over to our love folks again. What is the most likely outcome this week? At the end of the week, how are these folks going to be feeling in the money crew? In the money crew. And this could, by the way, both of these things could apply to you. Maybe you have money and love on the mind. You're multitasking. You know, it happens. King of Wands. You know, you're going to act. You're going to really look forward to acting, to moving forward with something that brings you a new sense of joy, sense of passion, sense of happiness. You're going to start to see that. And yeah, it's going to be hard to walk away, but you really are going to get to a place of, I think, more clarity, action. You're not going to be stagnant anymore. And by the way, this doesn't always have to be like a new career entirely or a new job. It could just be having a conversation with your boss about some aspects of the job that have been very troubling to you, and you're not really knowing what to do about that, or whether you want to stay. And I'm just getting your, by coming forward, by getting some clarity and balancing what it is you want and not worrying about what everybody else says, you are going to come to the end of this week feeling happier, more self-assured, like you've been heard, like your needs are going to be met on the horizon. Like it's really an exciting time for you coming up. So that's a wonderful thing I'm seeing for you watchers who are interested in what your career is doing on this Make It Happen Monday. So in terms of my love, folks, what's going on here? What are you gonna do with this Five of Pentacles energy? The Tower. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You're gonna make a change. Huge change coming in. Tell me about that. Please tell me more about that. Oh, the Empress. Okay. Yeah, you're coming into this energy. You're changing. Like I'm feeling like you were actively pursuing these things in your life before. Like you were like, I need to get a date. I need to do this. I need to do that. And you're letting people come to you with this Ace of Pentacles that we had before. With the Empress, you're gonna learn to vibe and thrive on your own. And that's gonna be a change for you. Again, I think that you're somebody who really, really, really wanted that Ten of Pentacles, happy home energy, to the point that you were so focused on that. I'm getting somebody who, like, on the very first date is like, well, how many kids do you want? And what do you want to do here? And where do you want to move? And what, like just really putting the cart before the horse in the past. I'm not saying now, but in the past. And you found that it's not working for you. So, and this is almost like the skulls at the bottom there. It's like the ghosts of lovers past, where it's not worked. And so this lightning has had to come in and burn it down. And you're now saying, I'm going to sit and I'm going to be in my peace. I'm going to get myself together and enjoy my life. When this Ace of Pentacles comes in, maybe somebody, like I said, you're meeting this week, but you're not going to go right into the, hey, where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years? Hey, are you looking to get married or whatever? And by the way, the Empress energy, it's a female on the card, but it doesn't matter what your gender is. This is just energy. It's an energy here of, patience and really just focusing on your own contentedness. Let me see. What advice? No, not what advice. Where do I see my love? Where's Spirit? Where do you see my love, folks, at the end of this coming week? Where are they going to find themselves? What's happening there? There we go. Oh, okay. This kind of came out sideways, so I'm going to read it as such. The Three of Swords and the Two of Swords, it's really interesting because when I read this up here for the career people, and it's very possible that you're both of these people, that these are both things on your mind. But I read the Five of Swords, as you'll recall, as being both the 3 and the 2, like separated in this card, but here they are again. So, you in your love life, it's almost like you've had your heart broken before, as have we all, but at this point you're like taking it in stride and you're almost you're integrating it into your personality, and not in a bad way. I don't mean like, oh, you're integrating that trauma and that's terrible, but it's like you've learned to accept that heartbreak has made you who you are now, and that's okay. And this Two of Swords is not rushing. It's embracing, even though it's sad, your current status now. It's not what you wanted, right? You can see it right here with this almost like ghost of what you wanted, but you're raising your head up, you're holding your head up, just like she is here with the Three of Swords, right? You're embracing that these things have made you who you are, for better or for worse. We can't change it. It is what it is and was. But you're letting go of that ghost of it holding you back. And you're looking up and you're focusing here on the moon, on your own emotions, trying to dispel with illusions of things that you thought you wanted. All right. And I think that's a great thing. Let's get one more clarifier on that. What does this mean? Tell me more, Spirit, about this love energy for this person that's interpreting this or reading this right now, listening to me struggle with words. I don't know. It's been a struggle with words lately. I don't know. I really don't. But Spirit's here nonetheless. Look, the Magician. It's manifestation energy, but it's more relaxed than that. You're not, maybe this is more meditative Like you're sitting back, you're meditating, you're thinking about new beginnings, you're thinking about, you know, all the different factors in your life, right? I'm getting, you know, you're worried, you're not worried, but you're thinking about money, you're thinking about truth and spirituality and actions. And there's just a lot of things where I'm almost getting like you're wishing for the best in all aspects of your life, not just your love life anymore. You're actually, for the first time maybe in a very long time or ever, thinking about those other things and how to best develop yourself and what you want and what you need, which I think is fabulous for you. I think you're going to find that as you embrace yourself and your own needs, your desires will naturally fulfill themselves, because that is its own sense of magic. Yourself, your love for yourself, and embracing the different parts of yourself. Again, whether it's the past pain, coming to terms with that, whether it's recognizing that the way things were isn't working for you. It's really a beautiful place to come to, and I think you're starting to get there. All right, let's get some advice from Spirit for both of these collectives. Can I get something that applies to both of these people, please? Thank you. We have opportunity. I think I said that at the beginning with the Ace of Pentacles there, but let's find out more. Can I get another one or two on that, please, Spirit? Ground. Yes, ground yourself, right? Focus on yourself. And here, too, with the career, that's what I'm saying. You might be the same collective, just in different aspects of your life, because you're very much grounding and focusing on yourself and what you want to make you happy. And patience. Patience is a hallmark of the Empress card. You know, that's part of it, is not trying to force divine timing, not trying to make things happen when you want them to happen, right? Not when not when Spirit wants it. And that's, by the way, patience is a very difficult skill to master. It's a constant battle, and even that is a battle. So opportunity says here, here is the invitation to seize the moment. This card reminds you to stay open, aware, and receptive to the signs and synchronicities around you as you are being led toward new potential. So don't be afraid to trust the flow of life and try new experiences. Should you be offered something like that Page of Pentacles, right? Don't be too quick to say no. So I think that's beautiful advice from Spirit there. Apologize, had to take a drink. All right, ground. Ground. That page was 64, by the way, on the other page for opportunities. So that's 10. That's coming around, like I said, to that 10 of Pentacles, wholeness. Okay, we have ground somewhere. You are being called to connect with the Earth's energy to anchor and center yourself, especially if life has been extra hectic or chaotic, which, like I said, is how my life has been and why I haven't been able to do these readings. I appreciate your patience. Reconnect with nature to promote stability, security, and inner peace amidst life's fluctuations. Remember, nature carries healing powers. And patience. Okay. Wait. Be still. If you drew this card, it's best not to take any action. Haziness covers your current path, and it's too difficult to see what lies ahead. Slow down, pause, and do your best to remain patient. Everything will unfold just as it's meant to, according to a higher plan. The practice of remaining calm while awaiting the fruition of your desires will lead to inner peace and spiritual maturity. So very much on par with what we've been talking about this whole reading. And now I'm definitely seeing where the collective is here. Maybe, like I said, both people. I think these three things together are going to open some doors for you. And again, be patient and trust your instincts and what you want, not what other people are telling you with respect to career. When it comes to love, you know, be patient and really just focus on yourself. That's what I'm getting from Spirit there. And by the way, with this patience card, it's very much like a late 70s vibe. So maybe you were born in the late 70s. Maybe that speaks to you. Or it could be any number of things. Maybe you just like that era. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull for each of the signs some self-care tips that you can engage in, some general loving things you can do for yourself this week to help, you know, get to the happiest place you can be. So, all right, we're going to start with Cancer because it is your birthday. Cancer says financial goals. See and reach your financial goals to achieve financial stability. So Cancer, if you were in that first group, that was definitely for you. You are focusing on that. And also, yes, happy birthday again. All right, so we're going on to Leo. Feel what you feel. You have the right to feel what you feel, but remember that you always have a right to be happy. Yes. Leo, stop lying to yourself. You know, It's okay to be sad. That's very much that Three of Swords we had down here, where it's like embracing your past instead of covering it up, and just, it is what it is on that. And, you know, and really feeling those feelings. All right, Virgo. Have faith. Remove the doubts and questions. You are ready to step into your blessings and claim what is already yours. Yeah. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your power of manifestation and your power to embrace the things that are right for you and that they are coming along in due time. And we have Libra. Change a bad habit. Kill a bad habit. Drinking, overeating, or anything else is not serving you. Okay. Yeah, well, whatever it is, you know what it is. You don't need me to tell you. There's something going on that is not serving you. You need to change it. Scorpio, past life connection. Someone with heavy influence from a past life is with you. Now, it kind of goes back. I mean, I know I was saying like you missed maybe relatives from the past that you're looking up to. That could be this past life connection, Scorpio. It could also be that you just feel like a trusting of yourself or of somebody else that is coming in to advise you. All right, Sagittarius. Declutter. Let go of old items. Create a new sacred space for yourself. I'm getting cleaning out your office. That's just how I feel about it. You're cleaning out your office. So maybe you are the first group primarily this week, and you are definitely moving on. Cancer, ritual. Excuse me, Cancer. Capricorn, ritual. To experience the magic of life, you must first practice it. So, you know, that's getting you in a groove, Capricorn, although I think you probably are. What I'm getting is have your ritual, have your you know, coffee in the morning, your, you know, specific lunch at a specific place on whatever day, but don't be too reliant on it. Even though that's what it says, like, yeah, indulge in the ritual, it helps you get by, but it's not always that. You can deviate a little bit. Release expectations. That is for my Aquarians. Do not focus on the money aspect of your dreams. Abundance will come at the right time. So yeah, this is the pause on here, and maybe more of the love for you Aquarians. I know that must be very challenging, you Aquarius folks, whether you have sun, moon, rising in that. There are expectations, and particularly of other people, but more than yours. Expectations are highest for yourself, if I'm honest. All right, Pisces. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to do better. Don't set limits on your potential. So this week, do something different, you know? Take a new gym class or take up a new hobby or try a new hobby, you know? All right, we have Aries, fresh start. You're being given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you've been given. Yeah, very much on par with that Ace of Pentacles. Try again. And I said earlier, you know, those Seven of Cups, where they were all half empty or half full, depending on how you look at it. This is telling me you can look at it positively. You don't have to be so defensive, Aries. All right, Taurus. What do you got going on, Taurus? For my Taurans, shadow work. Uncover every part of you that has been repressed and abandoned. Very much that Three of Swords we talked about, you know, really embracing who you are, unveiling who you are, being honest about who you were, things you've done in your life, and not judging yourself for it. So, Taurus, you got your work cut out for you this week, but, you know, you gotta clean out the old to move forward with the new. All right, and Gemini. Kindness. Be guided by your heart. Let go of logic and rationality. Listen, as a fellow air sign myself, Gemini, I get it. It is very challenging to not overthink things. So what I'm getting this week is, you know, listen to your heart. Maybe that song is important. Lead with kindness and all things will flow to you. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. So that's what I have on this Make It Happen Monday. Make It Happen Monday. Thanks for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I can't talk this week. So anyway, maybe you'll do better than me. Talk to you soon. Bye.